Hello and welcome back to FinchPlays FIFA 16 with Palermo in career mode. Mixed bag in the last game, a win and a draw. I mean, if I'd had that at the beginning of our career mode, I would have been pretty chuffed with it because we had some bad results. But we've been doing a much better. Gilardino's still firing them away. We're sat just outside of the European places, which is pretty good after 8 games, averaging just under 2 points a game. Judging we had a bit of a rough start, I'm not too fussed about that since we seem to be clawing it back, but we're on pretty good form. We are at home against Inter Milan, who are set in 10th place, bang in the middle. Inter Milan still have some pretty solid players in midfield and up front, so they're going to be pretty physical, but we're going to dive straight in. I have had a few international offers, I should mention as well. I've turned them all down so far because they've not been particularly good, but if you think that I should take over an international team, do let me know in the comments because I'd be quite interested to see what you think. Maybe give me some examples of people or countries that you'd like me to take a hold of. But for the moment, we're going to dive straight in against Inter Milan. Okay, so here we are. We are at home against Inter Milan. We've had some pretty good home form, especially against the bigger teams. I do still consider Inter Milan to be one of the bigger teams, as I'm sure you do too. They lost Kovacic. Oh, that's not a good pass. They lost Kovacic this season. Obviously, Real Madrid picking him up. He'll be sorely missed, I think. But referee choosing to play the advantage, I think. Yeah, not a brilliant tackle from Chochev. Although, oh god, I actually killed Freddy Guarin. Straight off the bat. No card. And a death for first team player. Pretty good in my opinion. Oh shit, Perisic is pretty dangerous actually. I'm not sure which one I prefer to have to deal with, but yeah, I'll take it, I guess. Cason cutting that a little bit fine and ends up with a crap pass, which is intercepted by Alvarez. And oh, a defensive mix-up! Christ almighty, it hits the upright, bounces back off, and it's Montoya again. And I don't know how Andelkovic has failed to stop that one. It was right across his foot. And Perisic, the man that replaced Freddy Guarin that I murdered earlier in the match, has actually managed to get his head on that. I have no idea what the fuck happened at the back there. But with everything that did happen, I like to think that's FIFA's way of saying that that was going in whether I wanted it to or not. So 1-0 Inter Milan. Ljajic, I think it was a Roma player. I'm really using everything I know about Serie A to make discussions about players that are here. Fucking hell. Jovetic as well. Should have made it 2 there for Inter Milan. We're getting absolutely torn apart at the moment. As you can see there, they had more players fucking in our end of the pitch than we did for some strange reason. Terrible first half here at the moment. Absolutely horrendous from me. Inter Milan deserve to be about 3-0 up so far. So hopefully the referee will simply blow the whistle and let me escape this hell that I've created for myself. And hopefully Inter Milan will not score another one before we go away for the break, fingers crossed, because they're coming down the wing again in really good space. Hiljemark manages to do his piece and hoof it out, and there is the half-time whistle, as I say. Bugger me, that was just awful. That was horrible. Changes that I want to make, I can't think of any at the moment. I'm always loath to take Gilardino off, but no one's particularly knackered. Chochev has been making a decent amount of space. Cason's been a bit fucking useless, to be honest, but maybe what I'll do is I'll put Villalba here and I'll change Đurđević for Cason instead and put Đurđević up front. Having pace in a few more areas around the pitch might end up working quite nicely for us, so we'll see if we can undo this in the second half. There we are, confirmation of our change. Đurđević on for Cason. Don't know if Inter Milan have made any changes at half-time. Probably not going to want to do so since they had to make one so early on after I murdered Freddy Guarin. But yeah, I mean, just as I kind of worried, you know, they're being like a really physical, or they are a really physical side rather, not they're being a really physical side. They are a really physical side, and we're kind of having a hard time dealing with it at the moment. And they're stringing a lot of really good passes together, and I think our defenders just in general are always all over the place. And here's another great showing of that. That'll be 2-0 for Inter Milan. My defence was all over the fucking shop. That was an absolute embarrassment. And I think, tell me that's not Perisic again. Let's have a look. I was in absolute no man's land. It was a case of just turning every single one of them. I have a sneaking suspicion that is Perisic. Yeah. God save me. Ivan Perisic again. 2-0 Inter. Shot from Vasquez, and oh my! What a reply from Vasquez. 2-1 Palermo. Absolutely drifted it in off the post there. Good lord, I was just about to lament how we've just gone 2-1 down, but that's a good pass from Villalba. Vasquez manages to catch up to it, takes a touch, takes a swing, plants it past Samir Handanovic. Here comes the comeback. We did all right with it, I guess. It's just getting absolutely cut up, and that's going to be a fantastic save, followed by a stab-in for Ivan Perisic's hat-trick. Oh my god, somebody kill me. I feel like I've written my own death warrant here. Was really chuffed about the Freddie Guarin murder early on, but then this is just bullshit. And Delkovic can only really watch it go over. That was a great first save, but Morganella is about as useful as a sack of shit, so he couldn't really do much on the follow-up there. So he's gone from 2 goals in the Serie A to 5. It's Inter Milan 3, Palermo 1. If Perisic scores another one, I might have to just hand in my resignation at Palermo, I think. Because I got him on the pitch somehow, despite being the opposing team's manager. I'm the one that managed to get him on the pitch. And he's been the vehicle of our undoing at the moment, the catalyst for all the goals we've scored, so a little bit upset about that, but hopefully Vasquez can find Gilardino, who can smack it past Handanovic. What absolute gangster. Gilardino hasn't scored in a few games, I think. He's not been having the same consistency, but Vasquez managed to hold it up, churn it just around Miranda, just long enough for Gilardino to make his push, and that is a solid finish around the lanky man in goal, and it's 3-2. I really don't want to get caught out too much here. I think we can definitely kind of grab this and catch Inter Milan. They've not parked it, so to speak, or if they have parked it, they haven't parked it very well. Square it across to Villalba. Quite a lot of space here. Đurđević, I think, is still onside. Gonna place it in. Gilardino! Oh my goodness! In the 90th minute, he's done it. He's done it. He's rescued a point for Palermo. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he struck it hard enough. Handanovic couldn't keep it out, and he scored a brace here to keep us in the points. Oh my goodness. Đurđević popping it to the back post. Simple little clip. Goalkeeper and the defender couldn't keep it out. 3-3. Holy shit, what an intense match. And that was one of the final kicks of the game. Gilardino coming through in the clutch again. A little bit disappointed with the result. I think we could have done a lot better than that. But that man there, Ivan Perisic, Jesus Christ. He was an unstoppable force of nature this game. Gilardino came through when we needed him, as he always seems to. Rescued the point for us, but it finishes Palermo 3, Inter Milan 3, and disappointing, but we'll see where we go from here. Okay, so here we are after that game. That was really intense. 3-3, not particularly satisfied with the results, but Gilardino up to top scorer again, by virtue of the first letter of his last name, but that's fine, you know. If we're keeping in line with who I presume are at the top, Juventus, in terms of top goal scorers, yep, Juventus maybe starting to pull away a little bit more now. Our next game is against Napoli, who are directly above us, and we're going to be facing them at Napoli. We're a little bit tired, but I don't think any changes need to be made. I'd probably make a change at half-time, which is something I haven't done necessarily every time in our previous games, but it's going to be a hard one, but let's see how we do against Napoli. Okay, so this is a Napoli team that we face. A lot of shit to contend with in there. It's going to be difficult. Napoli are some very difficult foe. Obviously, Gonzalo Higuain, 6 goals in the last 3 matches, is not someone that I particularly like to face. They'll be kicking off at their own home ground. This is going to, there's no two ways about it. This one's going to be a hard one. We did really well against Torino, who were in 3rd place at the time. Here comes Alan down the wing, Morganella, maybe turning a corner and choosing to defend for once in his fucking life. No, that's unfair. He's had to deal with some rough shit on the wing, but it's not going to change today. He's going to be dealing with more rough shit, so he's going to need to really be on his game. Callahan back to Maggio. The Higuain just lets it run for their number 6. It's off the bar, and he's headed it over on the rebound. Oh my goodness, we have got away with that one. Jesus. And I was pretty chuffed with that. You know, there were pretty good wins, pretty good performances. At the minute, that's not happening, and Gonzalo Higuain is absolutely steaming forward and throwing shot after shot. Sorrentino is having to palm out. Going to send it in. Chochev is going to take this on his foot and get going, and I think that's Villalba is our furthest man forward. Time that well. Yes. Oh no, he stopped. Fuck! Buggered that up something fierce. Was hoping that I could nip around my man. Ah, shit! That's really, really bad. That would have been a great time to score as well on the break. I mean, that's one thing I'm going to absolutely have to do, and that's master breaking. You know, every time we get the chance, we break properly, we make it happen. You know, especially against the big teams, that may well end up being the only way I can score. Although maybe not as young as I think he is now. Sent in. Sorrentino, that's yours. Vasquez picks it up, and oh god, we had a pretty decent chance to break there, but that is half time. That was a pretty bad half for us, I'm not going to lie. We didn't have that many chances. They absolutely twatted the bar, and really should have gone 1-0 ahead, no doubt about it. I'd have been furious if it was the other way around and I'd missed that. But so far so good, I guess. You know, we're still 0-0. Let's see if we can make some more chances and finish them in the second half. Okay, so confirmation of a few changes. Bolzoni coming on, Maresca coming off, Đurđević coming off, Gilardino and Vasquez going off. They are pretty knackered. I'm almost certain that we have some games coming up as well. I would hate to have to like bench them for a whole game, so it's a bit of a concern. It's not a good start either. Send it forward towards Villalba. Try and take on Maggio, and he does. Comes away with it as well. Doing so well. Cuts back inside. Callahan's there. He does nip it out for a corner. Who is going to be which is going to be taken by Lazar. Sends it in. Bolzoni gets his head on it, hits the bar, and then who's that? Who's done it? Our number 12, is that Gonzalez? Yes, it is! Gonzalez gets his head on it. Off the rebound. It was a great initial header. It's a great swinging cross from Lazar there. Falls into a great area, and then Gonzalez, right place, right time, nods it in for, I believe, his first goal of the season, and that makes it Palermo 1, Napoli 0. He's going to trot down the wing, sends it in to Đurđević. Quite lucky to still have a hold of that one, to be honest. Oh, see if we can squeeze that through for Quaison. Oh, that's a great tackle, and Quaison really should have stayed on his feet for that one. Jesus. If he just had a wee bit more pace, we might have been able to make that work. And now they're going to be coming at us down this side. It's just literally, it's one end to the other. Higuain strong enough to hold up against the goal scorer. Gonzalez, I think. It's not in a particularly lovely place for me to be dealing with, but send it across to Morganella. He's flagging a wee bit, but send it forward for Đurđević. And just take it down his chest. Might not have the pace to outdo, or the legs to outdo. Oh, I have to send it back a bit, that's fine. Got to be really cautious of this one. Goulam's going to take it. It's in the 90th minute. See if we can head it out. Good. Bolzoni, that's not really what I was after. Heads it up. Heads it up again. Oh, goodness me, we could have intercepted that one. Referee, blow your whistle. Blow your whistle. They've snuck it through. Shit. That's a bad foul from Morganella, and that's in a really shit place as well. It's going to be a booking for him. Jeez. This is getting tense. Michel Morganella, that's a really good area as well. Higuain standing over it. He's going to leave it. Mertens is going to take it. He's going to sky it. And there it is. Oh, we get away with that one. Palermo 1. Oh, 1-0. Was this at Napoli? Napoli 0, Palermo 1. I beg your pardon. Not particularly happy with our play. We could have conceded quite a few goals, but at the same time, so could they. So finally back onto winning ways. 3 points for us with far, far less chances. We were really up against it against Napoli, but it's the magic of breaking play, I guess. So yeah, 3 goals, what am I on about? 3 points against Napoli. That's pretty decent. I just wanted, before we went, to show you guys the youth academy. Leonardo Masiello is a guy that I picked up last time, 46 rated. You know, he's got top end potential, but you know, his stats kind of all over the place. This kid as well, Lino Oliveira, 52 rated, 94 potential. He's 17 years old. You know, he's got a lot less kind of room for maneuver. However, Pablo Mosquero was a guy that I just picked up, 55 rated, 15 years old, top potential. A little bit of pace on him, hopefully that'll grow. His stats, technically, shite. But I think there's a bit of room for improvement, you know. Only 15 years old. By the time he hits 17, might be able to bump that to, I don't know, like in the 70s or something, you know, in a year or a season rather, or 2 seasons. He could definitely be one of the kind of first team players for us, which would be really, really good. So I'm quite excited about him, but this is where I'm going to end the episode. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe, because there will be a lot more content coming out, and I will catch you guys next time.